The DCEU had a really, really bumpy road, right? From Zack Snyder's Justice League to Batman v Superman. It was ups and downs, and really, I have a weird opinion on the universe. I loved a lot of what it had to give, but I also hated a lot of what it had to give. And for a long time, I really liked its portrayal of Flash. This is until recently, right? Because recently I watched something that to me really made me love the Flash even more than I did before. So I know I'm a little late, but let's talk about the Flash. Wait, not that one. I want to talk about the Flash in the DCAU. I have never seen the DCAU up until this point, but recently I kind of decided that I wanted to jump into it because they added Justice League to Netflix. I have no prior experience with the DCAU. I have not seen the Batman show or the Superman show, and I have also not seen the other one with the kid with the electric powers. But this show made me love the Flash, right? I know it's Wally West, but it just seems like they took Barry Allen and gave him, I don't know, because I don't know too much about I'm usually a comics expert, but when it comes to the Flash, I'm not really based in my knowledge. I know that, like, the Barry Allen and Wally West are separate beings. Wally West is a lot faster than Barry Allen, but it's kind of confusing on me why they made the change from Barry Allen to Wally West. But I don't really care. So I love the DCAU, and just like, especially made me love the DCAU. Although I think Unlimited was better. So I'm gonna be pulling from both. I'm gonna be mainly pulling when I talk about this video from Justice League Unlimited because it kind of dives into the characters a little better than just Justice League does. It's also a lot better show. But yeah, I'm just from my studios, and let's dive into why I love the Flash. It's kind of complicated, but let's start off with the characters from Justice League Unlimited, right? Or the idealism of a superhero. We have Batman, who's willing to do anything. He has an unbreakable spirit, and you can tell he truly cares. Same with Superman, same with every other superhero, with maybe a few changes, like Martian Manhunter being a little different, Wonder Woman, you know what I mean? Like, it's an architect that is really built around a character. But the Flash is a little different. The Flash, unlike Batman, unlike Superman, unlike Wonder Woman, he doesn't have to help humanity, right? Batman, he has to help because of the guilt of losing his parents. Superman has to help because he has his extraordinary powers. Wonder Woman has to help because she has nowhere else to go. The Flash, he chooses every day to get up in the morning and help. Mind you, in Justice League Unlimited, he has a few flaws. He's a little goofy, and it's presumed that he needs to grow up into a more mature human being. But that's all weighed by his kindness and his generosity. So I'm going to be pulling from an episode of Justice League Unlimited, the one with the Flash Museum, specifically either Season 1, Episode 5 of Justice League Unlimited, or you can say if you want to jump Justice League and Justice League Unlimited into one show, it'd be Season 3, Episode 5. Flash in substance, right? Personally, probably my top 10 episodes of both shows together. Really amazing, but I want to talk about specifically why I love this show, or this episode. So the episode basically centers around Flash's rogues, and they come together to capture the Flash, right? This happens a bunch. I think they did like 9 or 10 team-up episodes between characters to defeat the Justice League, but specifically they want to go after Flash. Then we see the Flash do his thing, defeats the villains, they attack the Flash Museum with the help of Batman, and I don't know the name of that last guy. I'm thinking it's Orion, although it could be... No, it's Orion, I think. Then the Flash defeats him, and he's not mad that his museum got destroyed. Now, that's a rough little 1-minute thing on how the episode goes, but I want to talk about specifically what he does during that episode. As he's running throughout the city, you can tell he knows everybody around the city, right? He knows the grandma in the car. He knows the people fishing. He knows everybody as he runs past them, and that to me is a great character, right? Because a superhero is supposed to be somebody who protects people, but somebody who I prefer the down to earth heroes. Right. I love Nightwing. I love Robin, depending on what interpretation you want to talk about with Robin. I love Spider-Man. That's why it's called Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. The Flash, to me, is even more of a friendly neighborhood hero, at least in Justice League Unlimited, than Spider-Man is. I wasn't even a huge fan of the Flash. I think the DCEU did an okay job at doing a superhero. I like that interpretation of the Flash. If you want my quick thoughts on the Flash movie, I liked it at times. I loved the first 2 acts. The third act kind of falls flat a little bit, but it's still a 7.5 movie for me. And I recommend going to watch it. But I watched Unlimited. I think I actually started watching not Unlimited, the actual Justice League show, days after watching The Flash. And I can say I loved the show, right? I loved The Flash. I loved this interpretation of Batman. I love this interpretation of Wonder Woman. My only iffy thing is that I think certain characters could have used more development. But I can understand the show was canceled. I feel like it was canceled prematurely, but that's for a whole separate discussion. I just loved how in this episode the Flash he was so down to earth, right? He's a little childish, and it explains this in the episode, but it's just shocking to me how they were able to take a character who I wasn't a massive fan of before this. I mean, he was probably I liked him more than like Green. I liked him more than like he was probably in my top 4 for the actual show, but and then in one episode they simultaneously turned him into my favorite character in the entire show, and I love that. I love the Flash, and I love everything about the Flash. But let's not talking about the specific episode. Let's talk about some more instances of Flash being great, right? There's the moment where when Superman dies, right, he holds a small child, and there's also a moment where he stops Wonder Woman from killing Toymaker after. This to me, and I want to point out a video, right? I want to point out a video by Implicitly Pretentious. His video, I'm gonna link it in the pinned comment. It's great, and to me, it encapsulates what I say. Like I said, I'm not really good at writing, if you couldn't tell. My writing is always conjumbled, but the reason I do YouTube is because the characters I'm passionate about, and I kind of want to talk about them. And so I think this video perfectly encapsulates what I feel about the Flash in almost every regard. He's a great character. He's a great role model for those people. The way and this is another example that the guy gave, the way he hugged Shira, or I keep saying Shira. I still think of her as Hawk Girl. When Hawk Girl's about to leave because of everything that happened towards the end of the original Justice League show. It's just, throughout the show, consistently, he shows compassion for those around him. And that's the main thing, that's the main thing that the movie's missed, right? They got the goofy side of the Flash right. I think they got it like 8 out of 10, the goofy side of Flash. They got the costume. I liked the costume that they did for the 2 movies. I think they were too armored. They still looked nice. Heck, I even think they got the casting right? I loved Ezra Miller. I don't know why people get so mad about Ezra Miller being the Flash. Like, can we take politics and can we like move him outside of movies? Because I take a movie, I don't care about political views. I want to watch a movie, whether you like it or not. The memes are funny, but I think people actually taking it seriously are just, you're a clown, all right? You're literally a clown. But the only thing they did not get right to me was the human nature and the compassion of the Flash. And that sucks, because that's my favorite part of the Flash, and that's what turned him into a unique superhero. He's goofy, he's unique, and the reason he's a superhero is because he wants to help. Not because of some trauma, not because of some compulsion, not because of the fact that he has these powers that he was flown here and people took care of him. No, he's a normal guy who happens to have the power of speed, which, by the way, yeah, you can help, but you can't help as much as being able to stop an asteroid, right? And he decides that he's going to help out humanity, and specifically Central City, for the better. The Flash, to me, is the ideal superhero. I encapsulates something that people should follow. Spider-Man encapsulates responsibility. Captain America encapsulates duty. Iron Man encapsulates getting rid of your ego. Or Spider-Man encapsulates sacrifice as well. And I used to think that Nightwing encapsulates doing what's right, even when you're... Now, Superman, to me, encapsulates do what's right. But Nightwing used to represent a guy who didn't need to do something, doing it. And I still think he does because he has no powers. But in terms of the personality of somebody who's just there to help, the Flash really speaks to me. And I love the Flash in the DCAU. Now, I'm going to try to watch more of the DCAU, but I also really enjoyed Batman Beyond. At least the 2 episodes we got with him, they were great. I really loved the Batman Beyond, Terry McGinnis. I'll watch Batman Beyond and get back to you about that. I really liked him in that show. I thought it was really good. But the way the Flash, just the way he gets presents, the monkey guy, the way he helps the monkey guy in the prison, gives him a Christmas tree. We never see that guy again throughout the entire show. So, like the YouTuber said, presumably he just turned over a new leaf because of that one kind act. That's what the Flash really, to me, one kind act, one person can make a big difference. Such big a difference that an entire city idolizes him for making that difference. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. This video took a lot of effort to edit, especially. I usually film these ending segments once I've edited the entire video, and I'm doing that this time around, but this is my longest editing I think I've ever done for a video. I tried to input new animations. I really tried to switch up the editing that I did. If you look at the YouTuber section, I really tried to make a unique editing part of this that could really, it could identify what I want you to work on. So it would be good if you guys were to comment what I could work on for editing. I'm trying to get better at it. This is probably the best editing I've put out. The only thing is I really tried, but I could not find footage for the Flash. I had to keep reusing footage because I just could not find footage that'd be good for the Flash. Beyond about 4 minutes, it was getting really difficult to find footage for him. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Like, subscribe, check out any streams. I should be streaming when you guys are seeing this video around the time. And I should also have started Ratchet & Clank relative around the time this video comes out. But yep, like, subscribe, check out my Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse video, my Iron Man video, and maybe even my Spider-Man video that I put out a long time ago if you guys like this video. But hit that bell as well, and stay electric.